checklist for Desi parents visiting the US. It is the season. Which season? The season of Desi parents visiting the US. A lot of you have parents come in almost every year and you guys know the drill. But I'm pretty sure you were extremely nervous and excited at the same time when it was their first visit. In today's video, I'm going to share a quick checklist of things to keep in mind when your parents are visiting the US, especially if it's their first time. Hi everyone, I am Priya from It's Ok Yaar, and if you're new today, It's Ok Yaar is a content platform for South Asian immigrants, and we aim to educate, entertain and empower them. Documentation. By documentation, I mean their visa, passports, and their travel tickets. I'm not going to talk about the visa application and interview process because I've already done that in a video. I'm linking it here. Other than that, ask them to ensure everything else is clear and always within their reach when they are traveling, especially their passports. According to a new rule that the CBP is following, they should have a return ticket already booked. We know of a lot of cases where parents were actually denied entry and sent back to India because they weren't carrying a return ticket. So please keep that in mind. Another important document is the invitation letter that you must have shared with them during their visa interview. Please ask them to keep that handy as well, because that has all the details about you, such as your name, contact details, address, and so on. Travel insurance. One of the most important things to keep in mind is their travel medical insurance. Now, I have created a lot of videos about travel insurance on this channel over the past years. I'll link all of them in the description below. They cover topics like whether you should buy it from India or the US, some complex terms, some good options, and so on. The biggest problem with travel insurance is that most of them do not cover pre-existing conditions, especially the ones that are comprehensive in nature. So your options are limited. Regardless, buy that limited travel insurance if your parents have pre-existing conditions. For those who are fine with insurance covering acute onset of pre-existing conditions, there are plenty of options. Last year, we bought Atlas America from Visitors Coverage for both sets of parents. Keep a copy of the insurance policy and emergency contact numbers handy. Finances. Ask them to inform their banks in India about the travel dates to the US to avoid their credit debit cards being flagged and blocked. If possible, ask them to keep $100 and a few extra dollars in change with them during their arrival. They will need that during their luggage trolley after baggage pickup. Health and medication. Have parents consult their family doctor in India before traveling. Get a letter from the doctor detailing their medical conditions, prescriptions with generic names, and any necessary medical supplies. Ask them to pack enough prescription medication for the entire duration of the trip, plus a few extra days supply. Keep medications in the original labeled containers in the carry-on luggage. I don't have to call it out because all Desi parents do this already, but ask them to pack a small kit with common over-the-counter medications for headaches, cold, allergy, motion sickness, and basic wound care supplies. Packing. Most Desi parents visit during the summer, but they should still carry a decent jacket, especially if they're coming to San Francisco, because I hate the weather here and it's always cold. Other than that, we've already discussed medications. Important tip about food items, because which Desi parents won't carry a lot of food? What is allowed? Generally, commercially packed and sealed dry spices, ready-to-eat masalas without prohibited ingredients, packaged sweets, and savory spices are allowed. Rice and lentils are usually permitted within reasonable quantities, but not recommended. What's not? Fresh fruits, vegetables, meat and meat products, cooked or raw, and liquid, semi-liquid sweets like that gulab jamun in syrup are typically prohibited. And don't ask them to get mangoes, they are not allowed. Immigration. Prepare them well for their immigration interview upon arrival. Most parents face an issue of language. To counter that, we gave our parents a letter to give to the immigration officer upon arrival. It stated that my parents are arriving for the first time and they are here for a month. They don't understand English fluently but can follow instructions. I'll share a sample letter in the description below, so check that out. Other than that, ask them to prepare questions such as how long are they here for? Why are they here? Where will they stay during the stay? Also tell them that they will be asked to give their fingerprints. I'm sure you will be excitedly waiting outside to receive them. The tough part is over. Now it's all fun. Phone and communication. Even though you will probably be with them for the whole time, they will also prefer to have their own independence. Indian phone plans are extremely costly. We bought a $15 per month Mint Mobile SIM card for them. It's a prepaid card and does the job. It has decent connectivity. But the best part is they can call us and get in touch with us in case we are not with them on certain occasions. Here's an important tip. If your parents aren't good at speaking English, always ask them to keep a small page in their pockets or purse that has all the details about them and about you. Ask them to carry a soft copy of their passport with them at all times and their actual passport at certain places where we know they will usually ask an ID for verification. Cultural adaptation. Prepare them for a culture shock they're most likely to face. Briefly discuss some cultural nuances such as the tipping etiquette in restaurants for services, personal space, and general social customs. Explain dining options. If they have any dietary restrictions, explain how to communicate that when ordering. Explain the concept of a fire alarm when they are cooking, especially doing that tadka. Let's inform them about it, but also tell them it's nothing to be embarrassed about in case it happens. We've all been there at least once. Travel. Plan their travel in advance, especially some of the famous ones such as the Niagara Falls, because they will get crowded during summer and hotels of the US side are few and become very costly around that time. Actually, the travel by itself can be a full video. So if you want me to create a video on travel options and what you must be doing with your parents when they're visiting in the US, in the East or West Coast, then let me know in the comments and I'll create a full video about it. And that was it. I hope you found this video helpful. Please add in comments if I missed anything and anything that was super helpful when your parents were visiting for the first time. We do create a ton of helpful content for the immigrant community, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And remember, if things aren't going your way, it's okay, yaar, because they will eventually turn around. Until next time, this is Priya signing off. Have a wonderful day.